so back at it again with Legend Run Part 8, I think it is. It is very difficult to ignore Bubble Paladin now. I've been keeping a close eye on a lot of the data that has been coming in for decks recently, and Bubble Paladin is pushing its way into very, very relevant territory. So I did not play Bubble Paladin in the last video in this series because it didn't seem like it had enough tools to be able to handle the variety of things in the metagame. I really liked having Ursol and Renewing Flames among some of the other cards in there, but this deck just has really good matchups across the board. As soon as I started looking at the breakdown by matchup, it just seemed like a no-brainer to play this deck. And Flight Maneuvers, very powerful card. It has some of the same elements that Aura Paladin has. I mean, this is basically just Aura Paladin, but with, you know, a couple variations. So Spearheart Sentry, fantastic card. Nozdormu, fantastic. Toreth, amazing. Scalebreaker, amazing. So it's like, it's just a couple different things like the Flight Maneuvers, an extra Sandfury Aura, and the Gnomeregan and the Twilight Egg. Those are pretty much the only differences. So we're going to see how this does. I've played a couple of games with this, I think, just for fun here and there, but I haven't played it super seriously. So I normally don't recommend this on a Legend run, but because of the matchups, it seems very difficult to ignore. And I know the general core of this is just, there's a little bit of differences when it comes to playing stuff like past Gnomeregan. So let's see what we can get done.
Uther versus Kaylee.
Here we go immediately with the Demon Hunter. All right.
My gun dazzles, delights, and destroys.
I will fight with honor.
Well, this seems like a no-brainer mulligan. Very easy. Twilight Egg into Gnomeregan is great. I've been wanting to play this card since it came out in Across the Timeways, but just never really seemed like it had a good home. I'm not sure if it's going to be a mainstay in this deck, but it seems like it has some potential at least. I'm still not entirely sure how good Twilight Egg is, because it's seeing some play here and there. It saw a bunch of play in the very, very first couple days of the Cataclysm metagame, but then it seemed like people were just trying it in everything, and then we kind of scaled back. But now I think it's starting to find some better homes. But I don't know, it's very obviously powerful. Making a bigger and bigger whelp every turn is nothing to scoff at. But you have to have a way to pump it, obviously, otherwise it's just going to sit there and not do anything. Sure, okay. Was really hoping to get a little bit of value here. What are you going to do? Alright, let's bash for 4 on turn 2. That seems fine. I'm tempted to coin this out on turn 3. But it might be more worth it to hold that coin for like Gelbin or something a little bit more meaningful. Dang, they took another 4 there. That's great for me. Another pass gnome. Wow. Yeah, now I'm very tempted to Spearheart. I think I'm going to Spearheart just because that means on turn 4, I can play this and then give it like +4, +2.
Let me think.
So that's assuming it's still alive, but I think it's worth the chance here. Because at the very least I get a spell off of it. Alright, Hand of Doll could also make that a crazy turn. Alright, fingers crossed it lives. Come on. I guess not. Alright. Man, just trying to live the dream here. Just would really like to live the dream. Just a little bit. Is that too much to ask? Oh, okay. The universe is like, well, get on with your dream then. Let's do this. Might as well give it a little bit more protection. Cool, and you know what, we're gonna do this as well. Why not? Yeah, Neon Innovation, surprisingly reasonable. Who would have thought 0 mana Neon Innovation is pretty good? When it costs 3, just playing it normally, it's not quite as good. But when it costs 0 and you can just play the minion right after, it's got a lot more power level. So I think they... Let's see, they still have 1 Stinger. So, yeah, I was going to say, it seems like they're going to use that, get rid of my guy. They'll take 2 plus the 7 that it takes to hit it. So, I'm pretty okay with that. Hard not to be. I don't think they have a ton of lifesteal in this. They could play Fel Infusion, but that's very unlikely. It seems like this is a pretty standard Spell Hunter or Spell Demon Hunter deck, which means that Axe of Cenarius is going to be their probably only source of lifesteal outside of the Dormant Dread Seeds, but that's just up to lucky. So we'll see if they get lucky with any of those. They've already played 1 Grim Harvest. They could have Wyvern Slumber, but I think that one can differ from list to list. Alright, let's start here. So a taunt... This is crazy. Okay, so this could draw a minion. Draw another minion, set its attack, health, and cost to 5. That's probably not as good as I'd like it to be. This is, I think, the way to go.
I wonder.
Because this becomes, what, a 5 mana 9/11 with taunt? Yeah, how do you not?
The menagerie is for the pure.
Especially considering they're at 12. This is a great position. I don't like that I haven't been able to really get any forward momentum. Majority of the damage they've taken was because they attacked my minions, which I'm okay with, but I would really like to take some of this momentum forward. Scalebreaker could be a turning point in the game, hard to say. I think this next Gnomeregan, yeah, it's going to give Divine Shield, so that'll be nice. Wow. So I guess because that's the left and right minion, it took 10 damage, then another 10 damage is what it looks like, since Flash Flood deals 5 apiece. I'm tempted to Gnomeregan. I don't know if that's really the right call here.
I wonder.
I think it'll take a little pressure off my face. They've got 14 attack here, 15 with this, so if they can find 6 more, they've got me. That's basically just... Yeah, there's a 3-mana spell that gives them +4 attack, so there's that and one other thing. They could very easily take me out here. I kind of want a Scalebreaker, though. I think that's probably the most reasonable thing to do here. Doesn't seem ideal, but it's that or Chronological Aura, which I feel like is a little bit worse. So now they've got 12 attack on board, which 13 with their hero power. What is it? Lasting Legacy is the spell that gives 4 attack to their hero. So if they have like double Lasting Legacy, I could be in trouble. Oh my goodness. They're just... Are they really going to attack my minion here? There's no way they take 5 right now.
to it.
Yeah, I cannot vouch for really any of the the decisions they're making over there. It's very interesting to say the least. Okay. Sandfury Aura, very interesting.
I wonder.
I'm thinking Chronological Aura and Treasuregill are the way to go. It gives me 2 bodies on the board, one with Taunt.
I wonder.
Nothing else really seems to be super fantastic. Gelbin next turn will be nice, but only bad thing about Gelbin is I won't have Gnomish Aura off of it, and I kind of want that next turn with him. So I think, yeah, we're actually just going to do this.
Job done.
Sure. Yeah, this is a surprisingly awkward match here. Let's see, what is the Spell Demon Hunter matchup like? It's 51, almost 52% in favor of Bubble Paladin, so makes sense that this is a fairly even matchup, I guess. And now that they've got the Eternal Hold, things could get out of hand here.
Your life will sustain me.
Okay. So not loving the way this game is working out now, because next turn I get Acceleration, Sandfury, Gnomish, and Mekkatorque's auras. None of them are going to have too much effect on the board. Yeah, that's actually crazy. Actually having... Wow, having a demon to play after this. I think they must have got that off of... Oh, wow, they got that off of Glaive. That's pretty crazy. Very lucky.
I wonder.
I guess Gelbin is the play. That'll gain me 4 life. I'll go to 15. I'm going to do it at the end of the turn. It is possible this guy gets hit with Mekkatorque's Aura, but very unlikely. Sandfury, Acceleration don't matter. Is there anything I'm missing here? I almost feel like Chronological Aura would be better here.
Move quickly.
Nah, you know what? We got to do this and see if we can get like a Manifested Timeways or something. Yeah, there we go. Ah, it's only Reborn. Okay. I was like, we need like a double... we need like a double battle cry off of that, but it seemed like that was worth the chance at least, because Gelbin I don't think secures the win either, so what are you gonna do? Alright, starting off 0-1, not the greatest, but that is a fairly even matchup, so is what it is.
Uther versus Reska!
Alright, Death Knight could be a decent matchup. Let's see.
With honor.
Interesting hand here. I kind of like this. So if I throw this back, because keeping this here makes it so that Flight Maneuvers is going to take forever to connect, but if I get something low cost here, this could be really good. Ooh, yeah, this is a sweet hand. Let's go. Alright, let's see. The Death Knight matchups, oh my god, they're at least 56%. So Herald Death Knight's 65%, Blood is 76%, and Unholy is 56%. This could be good. Oh my god, and we got a second one. Lordy, lordy. This is crazy. Alright, I think this deck is pretty awesome. Oh my goodness, okay. Kind of want a Treasuregill here, but... yeah, I don't think it matters. We're just going to do this and get in max damage. Also makes it so they can't hero power and take it out. Because I think conserving minions is going to be pretty helpful here. Because if I lose this guy, then, you know, Treasuregill isn't too much to be able to play flight maneuvers off of. Oh my god, and a Spearheart. This is crazy. So let's do this. And we're going to coin, put those together, play another one. So now we've got double acceleration aura. Next turn we will have 6 mana. We're going to play flight maneuvers. Just, yeah, this is awesome. The coolest. There, yeah, okay. I was like, there's no way they're coming back from that. I didn't even get to play the flight maneuvers yet. They knew what was coming. Alright, back to 1-1.
Uther versus Valera.
Shall we dance?
You know, I just realized that last match with the Death Knight, I don't even know what we were playing against. They just used their hero power twice. Gave us no information. Sandfury into Nozdormu is pretty fantastic. Like, this is borderline worth keeping. If I had the coin, I would definitely keep, but I'm kind of still pondering what to do here. Against Rogue, I think it's probably better to throw these away and hope for the best. Because having a chance at an aggressive start would be great here. Only problem with keeping these, I think, is that there's no guarantee I'll have very many minions up when I actually play this. It would have to be like turn 4, turn 5, or play this turn 5 and then hope that he survives into turn 6 to play Sandfury Aura, so I don't know. This is the safe bet. The flight maneuvers, okay. Let's see, double checking the matchups. They're all pretty good. Herald Rogue is a 54%, almost 55 in favor of Bubble Paladin. Yeah, these matchups are crazy across the board. I'm wondering how long Bubble Paladin can keep up this these stats. Huh.
The light dim, the light dim. But we fight.
Well, let's see you hit it now.
Care to make a wish, friend?
Well, let's get that out of there.
No one will take me from my throne.
It's that or hero power, and
Repent.
I think it's fine to get that out of there.
I will transcend this world.
I would love to see Acceleration Aura or Treasuregill. Makes Manifested Timeways a little bit better, obviously. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of this first. Into Scalebreaker, pretty good. Alright, and this is going to make a 5/5. That's fantastic, so. I wonder how they will deal with that. Interesting. Yeah, that works for me. Cool story, bruh. Oh my god. Well, we're gonna get a board going here. And flight maneuvers likely next turn. If we need to, we can Scalebreaker, but I think flight maneuvers is the best bet. Whenever you can play a flight maneuvers that's been unshattered, then
Death itself.
how do you not? Ooh, they've got their own shatter card over there, but we have no clue what it is. Could be anything at all. Because this is from, yeah, another class, so this could be anything.
Sands of time.
I think we're gonna make sure they have no more here. Ah, I should have done that first. That was dumb. Alright. Oh well, we missed a little opportunity. I'm trying to think of what tools Rogue has to deal with a situation like this. Because there's like Opu and stuff like that, which plays Fan of Knives a couple times. I mean, that helps with the Divine Shield, but like... some of them play Gnarlex and that Mistress Dragon, whatever it is, that bounces all your opponent's minions. But obviously they're a couple mana off from being able to do that. Oh wow, yeah, they're pretty stuck here. Oh, there is Opu. Okay, as suspected. Yeah, I was like, that's the only thing I can think of that might be okay here. But it still doesn't clear very much. Yeah. Alright, 2-1. Doing pretty good. That was Herald Rogue, which we already knew was a great matchup, so.
Uther versus Deathwing.
Let us raise the earth in flames. I will fight with
Okay,
honor.
so against Warrior, we've got mixed matchups. So Herald Warrior, which I think is the better Warrior deck, also the more popular one. It's 59% of all Warrior decks. That one's about 55%. Egg Warrior and Arena Warrior, much worse. Those are in the 30s and 40s as far as win percentage for Bubble Paladin. And then Dragon Warrior about 51% in my favor. So we could be okay here, but might really depend on the hand that we're dealt here. Like, this is reasonable, but we're gonna have to really play tight. Like, if this is Dragon Warrior, 1-drop into Gnomeregan would probably be the ideal situation. Yeah, I suspected. Okay.
What horror will hatch?
Alright, not a great situation now. Yeah, actually pretty rough situation here. 3 5-drops, an 8-drop, and something that requires a minion to do anything. So...
Let me think.
what are we gonna do here? I mean, I could just hero power and hope for the best. Maybe... I mean, I get 5 mana next turn, so I could Nozdormu or something like that, but that, I mean, doesn't seem super amazing. I guess we'll do this and cross our fingers? Yeah, I don't think I can justify this. Make a 3-2. Yeah, very awkward here.
This world is a fire to his glory.
I'm thinking if I can set this up, it would be nice to go Chronological number 2, and then set up Sandfury with Nozdormu. I'm hoping that multiple Chronological Auras will give them at least some things to interact with that are not my face. Oh boy. Okay, that's even more awkward. I'm a little tempted to Nozdormu because it will make Chronological Aura, or the Chronological Drake, a 3/5 with Divine Shield, since this was out there before this. I kind of feel like I should have actually used this on the Soldier, because then this would have been... Oh, it would be just the Death Rattle. I guess we don't get Divine Shield until the very last activation. Let's do this first, see what else we can get here. A Twilight Egg. Alright. Now let's do this. We're gonna hope for the best. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a great matchup considering the Slither Drake. Oof. Yeah, that's rough. Thankfully, we're only taking about 3 here. Very good board position for them.
I am timeless, but your time is up.
Alright, got a better board. Hopefully this holds them off long enough for me to stabilize. Turn after next I can play Gelbin, which will give me Gnomish Aura for a little bit of health, as well as stuff like Sandfury. Yeah, I mean, Gelbin's not a ton of help outside of Gnomish Aura. Whew, okay. Yeah, it'd be real bad to see a Deathwing soon. That made it cost 2 less, so thankfully there's 2 more turns until they can actually play Deathwing. But it looks like we get to keep Nozdormu, and we get to Sandfury Aura also, so this could be very good. This actually seems awesome. Just got to plan out these attacks a little bit. So that's definitely going, and that should probably get that. And then...
Job's done.
Yeah, this seems awesome. Alright, so stabilizing decently so far. Flash Heal. And Thresh Rider's Binder. Or Blessing. Excellent. Yeah, this could be a good stabilizing point here. I like this. Ooh, this might be Deathwing. Alright, well, he can't get rid of everything, thankfully. Yeah, an unchecked Nozdormu, especially with Sandfury, is bonkers. Just incredibly powerful. That's kind of awesome, actually. All that work, and I still ended up with a decent board. So... yeah, I think we just Gelbin and Flash Heal here. I'm not super stoked about Gelbin because it wastes my other Sandfury Aura, but... yeah, they don't stack, sadly. It doesn't trigger, like, a third time.
Let me
But let's do this. And do this. We'll give this guy the bonus. Whoa! We got him! That's crazy. I did not think. There was like 3 or 4 turns where I was like, I don't think we have any chance. And to come back from that, I think says a lot about this deck. Wow. Okay, so 3-1. We are into Diamond 4 now, I think? Yeah. Alright, slowly but steadily making our way towards Legend.
Who next shall taste my blades? I will fight with honor.
Okay, so Spell Demon Hunter is what it likely is, which, like we saw in the first game, is not too crazy. Just a pretty even matchup for the most part. I actually don't hate this at all, because I can go Acceleration on 2. Turn 3, I'll have 4 mana. I can go Coin Nozdormu. Might be worth trying to set up the Maul the same turn as I play him, so that I can get the double activation immediately, but I think it depends on the rest of the cards that we see here, so let's find out. Like a 1-drop would be crazy. Not really loving this card so far. Every time I play with this card, at first I'm like, ooh, this is so good, this could be awesome, it gives me, oh, it's so powerful. And then as I play more games, it just feels just kind of regular. Just, I don't know. I mean, maybe it doesn't need to be the most overpowered thing. Okay, so I can go Coin Maul. I guess they're going to have a 3/3, so Maul.
I must move quickly.
Then that gives me Acceleration on 2. Then there's a turn, followed by Nozdormu on 5. Yeah, I think we're going to do this.
For justice.
Because this makes it so on 4 I can play Flight Maneuvers for some Drakes. Which will then just give me more guys to double up the Nozdormu activation with. So hopefully that's enough to make a pretty crazy turn here. Yeah, there's a surprising amount of games that you win just because you double up an activation of Nozdormu and then they just can't answer it. And to be fair, if I Flight Maneuvers and they take out both of them, it's not the end of the world. It will be eating up some of their resources, I suppose, which is better than them. Oh my goodness. So I can go Sandfury Aura. Next turn, Nozdormu. And then I will get quad activation. So that would mean Divine Shield and then +9/+9. So he would be a 13/13 with Divine Shield. I gotta take 3 for the attack.
Let me think.
4, 5, 8. I would be probably at 16 when that goes off. It is giving them an opportunity to potentially take me out, I think. Alright, I think we gotta set that turn up a little bit more. So we're gonna do this for now. Yeah, as much as I would like to do that, I'm not sure it's the right call, because if they just can ignore that guy and bash my face a little bit more, it might not matter that I have one big guy if I am dead. So... Hounds of Fury, pretty good. Yeah, that's exactly what I was scared of. Like, if I have a 13-13, I guess, yeah, that would have hit Nozdormu. Had I done that this turn... So yeah, okay, wouldn't have mattered. Alright, what do we do here? This is not exactly working out super great. Am I going to survive this? Because it's 3, 6, 9. This will be another 3. That's 12. 13 damage. I'm at 15. Yeah, this feels like a very awkward matchup. Unless I get some early momentum, this is just bad.
Let's move quickly.
Alright, I think... Yeah, we're just gonna do this and hope for the best. It connects our flight maneuvers. Yeah, nothing else really seems to be very good otherwise. Like, Nightmare Lord's pretty weak. Like, what, best case scenario, since I would only have one more mana, is, like, Righteous Protector that summons another 2/2 just to give me some random protection, but they've got, like I said, 13 attacks, so if they can just find 2 more damage, we're done. Or that. Okay, fair enough.
Well played. Prepare to take off. Victory is yours.
Alright, 3 and 2. That's the way it goes.
Uther versus Garrosh. Victory or death. I will fight with honor.
Oh, wow. Seems pretty good. And Dragon Warrior has come out to play again.
The light dims.
And I think we're going to do this. Since turn 3 we'll have 4 mana because of Treasuregill, we're just going to play a Flight Maneuvers and hope we win. This is a crazy draw. And then as soon as we play the first Flight Maneuvers, the second one's going to connect, and that should pretty much seal the deal. I can't imagine what they would do that would be more powerful than that on, like, turn 3 or 4. I could smack this guy. I don't hate that.
Repent! Repent!
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and the fact that we can just do it again on turn 4 is crazy.
Brace yourself for destruction.
Sure.
Fire to his glory.
that lethal on board? Yeah, that's lethal on board too. Very fast draw. Boom! 4 and 2. Doing well.
Uther versus the Lich King!
You could not stop me then. You will not stop me now.
I will fight with honor.
I could keep Manifested Timeways, but it seems a little loose. Part of why I would like to is just on the off chance they are Unholy Death Knight, which is just really aggressive, in which case Manifested Timeways would be incredibly powerful. Only, I mean, main problem with that is just getting an aura. Might take some time, but I think it's worth the risk. I mean, Manifested Timeways is still a really decent card, but we'll see if it matters. Oh, look at that.
The light dims, but we fight.
Okay, looks like they are very likely Unholy Death Knight. So they're just going to be playing a bunch of dudes and trying to Grave Strength. Scalebreaker is great.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, I gotta hold that coin because the value off of an early Scalebreaker or Toreth could be very high. Really just depends on this next turn. Alright, Swarm Guard pretty annoying. Would love to see an aura I can play here. So Treasuregill or something, but yeah, they don't have the corpses to Grave Strength, but they can play something like Last Stand, which would make these all summon 4-cost minions when they die.
Let me
So I think Toreth is the call here, especially considering I can pump him. There's Last Stand. Okay, that's not good for me. It's going to be very bad. Whew. Alright, Sabretooth is annoying. Jeez, they're getting some value off of these guys. Holy goodness. Okay. I think I have to play this so that I can Timeways next turn? But maybe that doesn't even matter. Yeah, maybe setting up... Yeah, setting up a double Scalebreaker is probably the best decision here.
I swear to you!
Gotta fight for the ages.
For some reason, I thought this was going to have 6 health. I think I did my math wrong there. Because the whole point of that was to make it so that this didn't just one-shot it, but alright. That sucks a little bit, but what you going to do? Whew, into the grave strength? That's rude. This is what? Whenever you cast a spell, you just discover a nature spell from the past. Good lord. Alright. Pretty dead. Pretty dead. Scalebreaker would take out most of these guys. Everything but the 5/6 that gives them more free spells. I am also taking a bunch of damage here. Oh, this summons a random Dormant Dreadseed. Well, that sucks. Alright, yeah, we're just dead no matter what. Because we could do this. But then that summons a minion. Okay, alright. So we got an extra turn. This is an interesting matchup. I thought this was better. I mean, I guess Last Stand is a really difficult card to beat regardless, but yeah, this matchup is supposed to be like 56% in my favor. So, and there he is. Playing my Toreth against me, unfortunately. Alright, what's the best play here? Nightmare Lord could get me... Righteous Protector? It would need to be Treasuregill, Twilight Egg, or Righteous Protector with Taunt. Nothing else makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, what am I really doing here? I can Treasuregill, Timeways... Deals 3 damage. This will deal 2 at the end of the turn. Plus I can attack. That would take care of this. Yeah, no matter what, they're just going to have attack off of this guy, so we are stuck.
Well played. I must move quickly.
I guess we'll see what we can get off of this. Plus 4 health and taunt. So I guess that buys me a turn, maybe? Oh, never mind. This is crazy. So this has been hit 1 time. So 2 more hits to break the shield. Timeways plus this will clear out these guys. So 1 hit. Oh no, there's okay, timeout here.
Feel devastation.
Who dares disturb the Timeways?
Nah, I think we gotta do this. Oh my god, we could actually come back from this. This is crazy. No way. Alright, I'm at 2, they're at 1. This game is insane. Oh my god. I think we got him, because there's... I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any, like, direct damage. Yeah, they're just stuck. Oh my god. This is why I'm a big proponent of playing games out, because it seemed like this was just an unwinnable situation, but you might as well just do something and see where it goes, and that really worked this time. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this was like one of the roughest situations I think I've been in a while. And I think a lot of people would just concede in this situation, so play it out, guys. You never know what's going to happen.
I have but little time.
I feel like they should have done that on something outside of their taunt minion, but I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, 5 and 2, doing pretty well.
Uther versus Gul'dan.
Okay, haven't played against a warlock in a while.
Be mine. I will fight with honor.
Yeah, a long while. Have I played a warlock at all on this entire legend run? I don't think I've actually played against any warlocks yet. Is this really the first? Alright, first one. I'm going to keep this and hope for the best. I think this will lead to at least the potential for an explosive turn. Alright. Toreth is not what I wanted to see there, but it is a good card regardless. I'm assuming this is Egg Warlock, because I don't know what else is really worth playing in Warlock. I have been seeing... what is that deck called? Wallow Warlock? I haven't seen a list for it yet even, but it's... looks like some interesting cards. Alright, we'll see what this is here.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, let's pull up Wallow Warlock just to have all the information. So it uses Wallow the Wretched. Oh, it's the guy that gets a copy of every dart gift you've given to your minions. Then it's just a bunch of dart gifts. Hopeful Dryad is interesting, the guy that gives you a random dream card. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Alright, I'm not worried about that deck. But yeah, obviously Egg, but good to know what all the options are out there. So Egg Warlock, Herald Warlock, which is essentially Egg, Rafam, and Wallow are the main 4 archetypes for Warlock. Looks like Egg and Rafam are the top 2 popular ones. Those make up more than 75% of all Warlock decks.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Okay, so that's a little awkward. Very interesting card choice. So I'm a little torn here. I can go a couple directions. I could just flight maneuvers and start smacking. And then next turn, like Nozdormu or Toreth, depending on which one is the most appropriate. I could also try and set up a bigger turn with like Spearheart now, Toreth next turn, and then play flight maneuvers together, but I think that might be a little too slow. I anticipate them starting to break this egg, you know, at a faster rate as these turns go on. So I think we're going to do this. Just because it gets us a more advanced board state. I hate having to hit their egg, but it is what it is. And if we can retain, you know, even one of these Divine Shields, then Nozdormu gets even better. Whew, okay, that's not good. Yeah, retaining 2 Divine Shields is incredible here. I like that a lot. Because now we do this.
I am timeless, but your time is up.
Do I hit this guy? I feel like hitting their face is best because then this guy will become a 5/5 off of the pump. I can't imagine this guy's going to matter that much. Alright, we'll find out. Really crazy that this is the first Warlock on the entire Legend run. And against Egg Warlock, you do have to be conscious of the potential Possessed Animancer. Possessed Animancer gets Ultra Gigasaur and gives it lifesteal, so I'm a little more concerned about the egg right now, but ooh, they're getting rid of the Nozdormu. Very good. All right, nice call. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should get rid of the Sandfury Protector just because it gives Nozdormu a better chance at living, but it looks like this would have been... Yeah, maybe that was the right call to play it safe there, but we do have 10 attack.
I wonder.
Let's see here. Yeah, I think we just need to stay aggressive. So representing lethal. They're going to need another Hellfire plus other things. Yeah, one of the big problems with Egg Warlock right now is they're a little slow. Ooh, that's pretty good actually. Then it deals 2, then 1 damage. Wow. Okay, so that was the exact thing they needed to clear that board. That worked out well. But yeah, that is the issue with Egg Warlock, is they can be a little slow, that sometimes you can outpace them. But now, look at us go. Well, Toreth at least gives us a couple of hits. So we'll see if maybe we can get like an equality off of Spearheart Sentry. I don't think Nightmare Lord is going to matter too. Oof. Okay. Well, that's just bad. And please run out of space. Dang. Alright, we could have got lucky, but we did not.
Calling for reinforcements.
I think this is pretty much our best shot. So they're going to go 2 of their guys smack this. third one hits it, this would make it a 5/5.
Let me think.
So I guess we might as well make it deal 2 damage to their face when they clear it. Alright, Mend the Timeline gives us life, Ritual of Life. Alright, neither of those super helpful. So very likely we're just dead here. What else could matter? Jeez.
Well played.
They are making light work of us here. This is unfortunate.
Won't be long now.
Good old manifested Timeways to give them some more eggs. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to make a difference here, but might as well just see what we get. Something with taunt. Good. So I can give myself 2 taunt minions. And that one's got reborn also. That's actually pretty sweet.
I must move quickly.
So maybe we do this. This. And then we're going to get 2 more spells at the end of the turn, so we could be alive here. Ooh, another greater healing, good. And some card advantage, that's excellent. There is another Manifested Timeways in the deck. So 2 Manifested Timeways along with Treasuregill. Dang, okay, that's annoying. Takes out a random minion, sure. Wow, okay. So we can use this to take out one of these guys. We've still got to protect from 3 attacks. We can take 1. This will give us a Chronological and a Gnomish Aura. Let's try this. Okay, alright, we may be alive here. Because I can go here.
But we fight.
I don't think we care that much about Mekkatorque's aura, so we're gonna go like this, and then this. We'll go here and here. And let's see if we're alive. This is a crazy game. Of course, but that one is 3 breaks away, this one is 2 breaks away, so maybe they should put it over here. But what are you gonna do? Alright, Timeways? Come on, manifest the Timeways. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay. Alright, we literally just need one more damage to their face. So we can manifest the Timeways for 3. That's 3 damage to a minion. So let's shuffle this. Come on. Whoa! I think we got him here. Oh my god. This is actually unbelievable. And even though they gain the life, this is going to deal 4 damage because of Sandfury Aura. This is crazy. I cannot believe we took down this game. I'm actually in awe. Wow. And that is a great game to end on. 6-2. Fantastic record. Takes me up to the top of Diamond 4. So slow and steady, making our way towards Legend. I like this. This deck is really awesome. I think there's a lot of power here. It is very interesting because I didn't think this deck would have as much staying power because of the lack of Renewing Flames, Ursol, and a couple other cards. It seemed like stuff like, you know, Gnomeregan would make this feel more just like a silly aggro deck or, you know, kind of mid-rangey, but there's a surprising amount of staying power in this. Obviously, there's some really explosive draws with flight maneuvers like you guys saw, but yeah, the ability to get out of some crazy situations is very real here. So, wow. Yeah, if you guys are already following, big thank you. I appreciate you guys. I like to post as many videos as possible of playing a variety of different decks during the Legend run and keeping it competitive. So, you know, that's why I'm playing, you know, the decks that are supposed to be the best decks in the format, using a lot of data to figure out what to play at any given moment. But once I get through to Legend, then I'm going to start opening up and playing basically everything I can, try to get, you know, even down into some of the fringe decks, because I want to see, you know, how cool and interesting some things are. I feel like deck building is really a lost art, and one of the best ways I think to get better at deck building is to see what all is available, play as many decks as possible, and then from there you can be like, okay, well, what if I took pieces of this deck and combined it with pieces of this deck, and then, you know, kind of like a small example of that is Egg Warlock and Possessed Animancer. You take the Possessed Animancer combo, you take the Egg of Kalos combo, and then you put those both in the same deck, and it just gives you multiple avenues to win the game with. And, you know, just very, very fun experiments. I really just, at the end of the day, like to have fun with this. So if you enjoy watching, I appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments if you think I am crazy or if Bubble Paladin actually is good. But it seems like it's got some good potential here. I thought this was going to be some kind of fly-by-night deck that was here and then just, you know, out of the metagame pretty soon. But it's proven its worth pretty quickly. So peace and love, guys. I'll catch you next time.